Hello interwebs, and welcome to my channel and happy Transgender Awareness Week. That's right, November 12th to 19th this week is Transgender Awareness Week. And I just wanted to make a quick video to sort of talk about where we are as trans people today in America and where we can hopefully go into the future. I don't really have this video scripted, so it might be a little rambly, but I hope you'll stick with me and enjoy it, and I'll try and keep it nice and short. Obviously, the past couple years for transgender people has been, on the surface, very, very difficult. Obviously, we had the transgender ban, military ban from Donald Trump. We had the Department of Education and the Trump administration rescinding guidances for transgender students in schools. We've had the constant epidemic of transgender people being murdered at an alarming rate, particularly transgender people of color. And obviously, most recently, we had the memo from the Trump administration that looks to be attempting to erase transgender people legally and leave us without any sort of protections, specifically under Title IX, which refers to education, but would also provide legal precedent for transgender discrimination in law and other places. So, yeah. With all of that, it hasn't sounded particularly fun. I also think that with Transgender Awareness Week, we have to look at a couple things. I think one of the most important things that we need to recognize about transgender people today is that we are building a community, and a very, very strong community. You know, I by no means am a really popular transgender YouTuber or personality. I have a few followers, but even within the small amount of followers that I have such a strong sense of the community and the people that follow me, and that have built a transgender community within my space that I have the privilege to be able to provide. And I am a small transgender YouTuber. There are so many more, like Jackson Bird, you have Ash Hardale, you have Riley J. Dennis, you have Kat Black, you have obviously Jazz Jennings, you have the most famous transgender YouTuber. Man, I'm doing really bad at being aware of trans people. Gigi Gorgeous. So it's important to recognize, look at all these people that we have out there. Jacob Tubaya, another one, another wonderful trans person. We have all these really wonderful people out there building communities, building strong communities for transgender people and providing conversations for transgender people. And I by no means mean to think that that's the end all be all and that's all we need and we'll be fine with just community. But you have to take a moment to recognize how strong our community is. Everyone loves to point out that transgender people have the highest suicide rate in any community. That it's 44%, I believe, 44%, whereas the normal population is 4%. So, obviously transgender people are weak. But actually, if you actually look at a lot of the studies and actually look at a lot of the numbers, transgender people are some of the most resilient people that exist. There are actual scientific studies that talk about transgender resilience. And I think that's incredibly important to be talking about today. We, as trans people and as a community, face so much. And me sitting here, I'm a upper middle class white trans person living in Los Angeles, so I'm doing pretty well. There are so many people out there, so many of you that may be watching this, that are so incredibly strong and put me to shame. I am in awe of so many of you that fight every day in spite of all this news and all this terrible stuff that comes out of the Trump administration. And that, I think, is what is most important to be aware of. How absolutely strong we are. And how much stronger we are when we're together. Because I think it's also important to recognize, as I've said a billion times, we won Prop 3 in Massachusetts. That was the first thing on the ballot, the first transgender proposition on the ballot to try and remove transgender protections, and we won. We won that battle. And I cannot tell you how important that is. You know, you may say, oh, it's Massachusetts, it's a fairly liberal state anyways, but you know, look at California not 10 years ago with Proposition 10, the removal of gay marriage. You know, California legalized gay marriage, and then Proposition 10 was took it away only a few months later. And that's in the heart of California, one of the most liberally known states, one of the most blue states that there is. So do not discount how important it was for us as a community to win Prop 3. And that is what is really important to work at. Yeah, of course, the Trump administration is going to do his stupid, annoying, fucked up shit. And we are fighting that every single day. But on the ground level, where it counts, where it matters, where we can put our effort and we can put up a damn good fight, we are doing that and we are winning. So that's what's important to remember on this Transgender Awareness Week. And I just want to say to all of you trans people out there, I absolutely love you. Never forget, and I know I say this so many times, but never, ever forget that you are amazingly strong, that you are beautiful, and that someone out there loves you. I love you. I love you for who you are. And there are other people, there is a whole community of people, of all of us, even outside of the LGBT community. There are so many people that will love you for who you are. So never forget that, even if everyone in your immediate vicinity is telling you different. I hope they aren't. I hope you have, you know, the best community and family and friends. And even if you don't, just know that you do have a family, friends, and community out there. So thank you for joining me on this slightly rambly Trans Awareness Week video, but I wanted to put something out officially to discuss this week. I'm going to be doing a few things, other things this week. I'm going to be putting out a We Won't Be Erased video with some wonderful submissions from you yourself out there, the transgender audience for The Advocate. I'm also going to be writing a piece for The Advocate, and as always, I will have another video up on Thursday, my usual video for the week. And then also tomorrow, I'm going to be releasing a video kind of quickly discussing my views on the recent Victoria's Secret controversy. So stay tuned to my channel, check out those videos, give us subscribe or hit the bell if you like my videos and want to hear more about my content. If you like queer and nerdy content, I'm your one-stop shop. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a great Trans Awareness Week.